allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dodo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dodo.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. Okay, from wherever you are watching. It is Maiyegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Season 2 or Season 1, Episode 2, Ebimbawa 2.0 protest took place in Ibadan yesterday. Or is it today? The poor people have printed banners. They have printed flyers. They've also printed, what do you call that thing that you carry about? Anyway, they are out there telling everybody that THIEFNUBU must go the second time. Share this broadcast as it has now become known that our local has now changed to any lomo, any bad lomo. And whatever it is that you are going through in Nigeria right now, I have family members going through this too, by the way. So don't think I am immune. And if you are living abroad, you're not in Nigeria, don't think you are also immune, except if you have chosen to lie to yourself, living in denial. Whatever you are facing in Nigeria right now, consider it as a child's play. to what you are still going to face. Let me tell you why. The only way you can possibly escape what is coming to you, like I told you, if you don't kill APC, APC will kill you, but slowly. They'll take everything from you until you are 6 feet below. I promise you. If you think they are going to have a break, oh no, how wrong are you? So today, again. Now, good morning to you once again, and good afternoon to you. Good evening to you as well, from wherever you are watching. It is Maiyegun, and this is live. For those who are watching it live, the Nigerian Naira under Tinubu has now been declared for the 3rd time as the worst performing currency in the whole world. The abracadabra is over. The pretense and the voodoo economy is catching up. The abracadabra is over. Cardo B, as well as Wale E-dunce, because he's actually a dunce man. Not dunce in the sense that they don't know how to steal, but they pretend to, or they kind of put up an appearance or put up appearances in the public to make the gullible morons believe that these guys actually have something upstairs when they don't. Me, Maiyegun, the general overseer of the Temple of Truth, where information are not, no matter how little it is, they are not ignored. And because we could piece together all of their actions and their inactions, it's so easy to actually predict the end goal of all of their actions. And over time, again and again and again, I have been proven right. A lot of people think we are just, skeptical people. We are doubting Thomases. The Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimanjiris, the voluntary slaves, the bastards, the bad idiots. They decided to go about the what is an available fact. They wanted to go around it by following fictions, unproven fictions. Then, because we disagree, a lot of us kind of just remain adamant, like, we want something good for you, at least even if it's going to be a break you need from these criminals, of course. But we're not going to pretend a lie is true. So they called us unpatriotic. In fact, they accused us of people who are always happy when bad things happen to Nigeria. But guess what? These are guys who are upset with people that won't buy APC lies. They are upset with us, okay? That our wishes are bad wishes for Nigeria, not that we are reacting to the incompetent, inefficient, and illegitimate criminals parading themselves and making decisions that is affecting millions of people. They are not angry at Tinubu. They are not angry at Cardo B or to do a Mefiole. These guys are not angry with Tinubu for God's sake. They are angry that we will not buy the lies. And like the case of a child, I mean, of a young boy who went to farm with his father, okay? So as they started walking early in the morning, this young boy screamed, "Papa, Papa, I have found a snail." And the old man was like, "Oh, lucky you. Keep that snail. We will use it to pray for you. I will use it to pray for you. Appease your creator." By the time it was evening, the young boy has already told his dad that he caught more than 5 snails. The last one, the biggest one. And guess what his father told him? If truly you have that biggest snail, definitely your creator, Eledai, is behind you. Your creator is behind you. Therefore, we will use the biggest snail to pray for you when we get home tonight. So fast forward to when they got home. The father called the son. My son, please come over here. Could you please go back in and bring that the biggest snail you caught this evening at the farm? Before I retire to my bed, I want to pray for you. And the young boy just burst into a laughter. Papa, I was only deceiving you. I didn't catch any snail. Oh. I was only pranking you. The old man looked at him and said, wow, no, you did not prank me. You did not deceive me. You actually deceived your own creator. That's exactly what APC, Egbekegbe, represents. It is either they are out there spreading fake news. I'm talking about government releasing official statement, official announcement that is actually pure fake news. Or they are pulling numbers from the thin air that they can never back with anything. Okay? You floated Nigeria Naira. Yes, because that was the condition given to them by the IMF, World Bank, and so many other lenders that are giving them money since investors won't bring their money to a narco state. Listen to me, all right? This is your reality now. You may be telling yourself something different, but this is your reality now. Nigerians, the rest of the world knows your president. I am talking about Kalu, the Jaga Wiri, the Jaga Addicti, the Jaga Banditi, Ashiwaju ẹ̀yin olè, Ashiwaju ẹ̀yin agbèrò, Ashiwaju ẹ̀yin one chancers. I'm talking about those of you who are like their ass leakers, what do you call it, crumb chasers, crumb eaters, all risers. Ladies and gentlemen, the point here is this, okay? The world knows. The Jaga addicti. They do. And they will deal with Nigeria carefully. Businesses are folding up. Jobs are packing up. Inflation, not just inflation you have in that place, so hyperinflation. But these guys goes about telling you that it is just baby walk. Everything is going to come together later. You are watching Nigeria breaking apart in pieces. A lot of you are waiting for a miracle, that maybe something will just happen. Or maybe THIEFNUBU see has some some surprise up his sleeves for you. You were hoping. Hope is here. I don't want to be the bearer of sad news, but I remember coming here that time that you cannot defend a currency by using your reserve or even borrowing money to defend your Naira when investments are not being made into the critical sector of your own economy. I am talking about improved power generation and distribution, safety, security. These are the things that if they had invested in them from day one, you could look up to something. Yeah, there could be something to look up to and say, okay, yeah, give it time. Let's give it till so and so. Ladies and gentlemen, the only thing you are waiting for right now is how hard, how bad it's going to get. That's the only thing you are waiting for. If you are there thinking, or somehow you are one of those doing that mental gymnastic in the sense that somehow you believe that the wishes of some people against THIEFNUBU is the reason why Nigeria is not working. We know some of you are lunatics that way. I'm talking to those of you who still have your senses intact. It's going to get worse, okay? And this is not a wish. It is what these guys wishes on you. They went on, oh, I was here. I said, they better have load of dollars. They better have loads of that dollars in billions. Because number one, whatever it is they are doing, we know that they are shooting, they are shorting your Naira, okay? They are the ones, like, they will say, oh, it's gonna come down tomorrow. We're going to pump some dollars into it, okay? So buy some, all right? So buy some and save it. So we're going to release some dollars again tomorrow, maybe about $300 million. So if you can put your act together, we can get at least 250 million of that for you. But we're going to tell them that we gave the money to the Burundi change in order to control. So by then, they can suddenly say, oh, Nigerian Naira to dollar is now 1,100. But when they make all those announcements, they were actually paying their friends, officially releasing the dollars to their friends, not to the real actors in the economy, not the real businessmen and women, the importers, the exporters, those who actually uses the dollar, okay? But the announcement is going to be, oh yeah, Nigeria Central Bank just released some dollars, $65 million to the Burundi change. And everybody will now say, oh, the Nigerian dollar, Naira is now, so dollar is crashing. But yet, basic commodities remains unchanged or almost no impact on them at all. And that is what you are really dealing with. Food inflation. What is causing food inflation? Insecurity, importation, high tariff on importation, poor production, local production. These are the reasons why you are having food inflation. God, I'm not an economist, but I'm somebody who knows that if I put 100 pounds in my pockets, I know the value of that 100 pounds. The moment that value of that 100 pounds is no longer guaranteed, I will become worried because that means I'm about to become poor. In Nigeria, the criminals in charge are making policies that are pretty much like a criminal gang up against you. So using the name of Nigeria, they want to defend your Naira, using the name of Nigeria to go and borrow money at ridiculous conditions. Ridiculous conditions. There is this video I want you to watch and pray for me that I won't be sanctioned for playing you this video. This is like a sort of a political drama sort of presentation, okay? The guys in this video, they are actors, right? MSNBC in the US, okay? So what they usually do is that they bring things up as like a debate in America, right? So these actors can take up any sort of personalities. They can be senators, they can be representatives of congressmen and all that. But the point I want you to listen to here is this. Alan had this to say about taxation for the third world, poor countries in Africa. Now, this is just so you have an idea of everything that APC represents and why they are currently doing everything to make sure that you are all registered into one name or another organization so that when they want to take money from you, they can have a direct source to take it from you. Everybody will register. You are currently battling with a cybersecurity, what is it called? Cybersecurity levy, Abi. Eshima, you are still going to pay for oxygen levy. You are going to pay for trekking levy. You will pay so many levies under THIEFNUBU to the point that you will understand that the trajectory of this IMF, World Bank, and the rest of them for you, for Africans, for Africa, is to keep you in perpetuity of poverty. Now, when you see your criminal leaders, who are opening up their 32 like a roasted goat, clapping, wearing suits and all of that to go and collect loans, then if I tell you who your enemies are, don't look at me twice because I know who they are. But watch this first.
Nice idea, but it won't help. It'll just formalize the reality that poor countries can never repay their loans.
Senator, are you saying that you're opposed to debt relief for impoverished countries?
No, we should forgive the debts, but that's not going to help those countries very much.
Okay. What will?
Tax cuts. Some African tax rates are the highest in the world. In Tanzania, the 30% rate kicks in at $475 of income. Plus, they have a 20% value-added tax. It gets added to everything you buy. Those high tax rates make it impossible to build capital in those countries. So nothing gets built, not factories, not roads, not anything. Poor African countries have the lowest wage workers in the world. And yet a company like Nike, for instance, can't put a factory in one of those countries because of the oppressive tax rates. Taxes have killed any possibility of economic development. They've killed any hope of these countries ever helping themselves. And that leaves them completely at the mercy of charity and loans. And here's the worst part. You know why those countries have such high tax rates? Because of us. To show us that they can raise enough money to pay back their loans. But taxes can't raise any money if they kill the economies. So it turns out that the tragic, unintended consequence of our good intentions toward Africa, our kindness, is that we have encouraged those countries to lock themselves into a gruesome economic depression. If we don't urge those countries to cut their tax rates, they will never grow their economies. People will live lifetimes of unemployment. Disease will be rampant. Poverty will be permanent. And children will be hungry. And our charity will never be enough. Never. Nice.
Does that explain it? Right. Now, let me explain it to you in, layman language. Okay? The rest of the world giving Africa loans and grants. They now back those loans and grants with so many horrendous conditions. But they are intentional. We'll give you this money, but we're going to give, because we are not sure you'll be able to pay. We're not sure about your economic stability. We are not sure about your political stability. There is insecurity and all of that. So there's so much high risk giving you this loan. But we'll give you anyway. But it's going to be at so rates. Ridiculous rates that then behind it, in some places, the resources of these African countries are taken so cheaply. Loans are given to them at exorbitant, ridiculous interest rates and conditions, to the point that they started fingering the monetary economic policies of these African countries to fine-tune them in order to align with what you can call the easy robbery. But you see the criminals who are in charge of Africa, Nigeria in particular, as long as the dollar can flow in, who cares? They want that, I'll give it to them. Or they want us to, we need to prove to them that we can pay back the loan. So therefore, let us mount more taxes on our people. Okay? More taxes. Taxing poor people. It's only in Nigeria. I don't think they do that in anywhere else in the world. Mounting different taxes on businesses, to the point that it is no longer profitable to run your business in such an environment. And at the end of the day, businesses dies. Add that to other corruption and all that, okay? Businesses will die, jobs will be lost, people will kind of live in poverty. Generations will be born into poverty, joblessness, living from hand to mouth. But for these guys, who cares? Just give us money, man. You want us to prove to you that we can pay back? Okay, fine. Nigeria was servicing debts with 98% of our income. No money for anything else. Yeah, under Bukwari, Nigeria was servicing debt. It's like you are generating 1,000 naira and you are using 950 naira to service debt, not pay debt, just to show to your creditors that you will pay. May they no worry, you will pay. May they just take this one, hold on. But your debt, your business is still there. Like somebody will go borrow Owolapo. But at the end of the day, still, they went on for you to know that is the dream of these criminals parading themselves as your leaders. Anybody, if you give them the money, just bring the papers, we'll sign. They went to go see Bukwari borrowed $1.8 billion to share to poor people in Nigeria. They were giving poor people 5,000 naira, according to them, in Nigeria. And $1.5 billion in 8 years was shared to poor people. Rather than take them out of poverty, more poor people fell into poverty. Under this Tinubu, he has already borrowed over $1 billion already. On top, say they won't share money to poor people. In fact, they borrowed listen to this one, 1.4 trillion naira, 880 billion, 520 billion. These two loans were taken between June and August 2023. The purpose was to share the money to poor people. First, they said they will give you 8,000 naira. Later, they said no, 12,000 naira. Later, they changed it to 25,000 naira. Mind you, this loan was written as money to be distributed to poor people in Nigeria. That's the name. That's the title of the loan. I don't know how many of you collected the shishi from that now, but poverty is still everywhere. Because businesses banks who are supposed to give easy, cheap loans to businesses, micro and macro economy, where you are supposed to have access to cheap loans to fund your businesses, employ people, pay taxes. All these banks don't give their money to anybody. You know that? But yet, when you put your money in their bank or you transfer any money through their bank, they will take everything from you. Leave 1,000 naira in your bank account. Come back a week later. Different charges have already taken 150 naira from it just in 1 week. But for people to have access to loan, businesses to have access to loan, no. And if you ever have any access to it, 35% interest and other conditions. Marriage certificate of your great-grandma and the birth certificate of your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, and possibly the landed property, the certificate of ownership of your family land, to come and collect a 1 million naira loan with 35% interest. So the economy is dying that way, but they believe they could borrow money and give it to poor people and everybody would come out of poverty. That is their economic idea. The World Bank still gave them the money, even though the poor people will not collect it. But on you, you will pay it back. Everybody will pay it back. So you see? So if your criminal politicians are telling you they are building this, they can't build anything. They can't build any real thing without taking loans or begging for grants. And at the end of the day, the real activity within the economy is total zero. All of you are complaining today like this guy is in Ibadan. I think I first picked the first one. Let's listen to them. In Ibadan, I think I have a longer clip. I'm going to play that for you. You have a population of young people, young, energetic people, okay? That is like a keg of gunpowder. You have no job for them. Businesses are folding up. You are telling lies to them. You are making them believe that if they cannot feel what you are doing, that means they are blind, or that means they hate your government. Like you are still using propaganda on the people that are now feeling the brunt of your grab it, snatch it, run with it that you said then. You are sitting on a keg of a gunpowder, I assure you. It is just a matter of time. Let's go to that Ibadan fully and just see all the drama, all the noise. But you see, some of you are like, listen to this. Some people are like, this one is not protest, Joe. This one that they are all laughing, they are all talking and all that. I say, maybe, what's it they call that thing again? Maybe over by the Latin gang give like commenting be away Joe. I say now like now from laughter, madness they starts. If I begin to laugh now, and some of you are laughing, at some point you'll be like, Maiyegun is enough now. Maiyegun is enough. Like, I mean, majority of you will diagnose me straight away from that your bedroom or in your living room. You will diagnose, where the Yahweh live, your live program. When everything will still go down and be kaput, it will first start like it's unserious. And if there is anything that should be done or that can be done, should be done right now. But with waiting me out, they see they shouldn't do anything because there's nothing they can do to save you anymore. The most they can do now is to spread more fear, scare you to death. Apart from that, you are due for revolution. I said that. Nigeria is due for one. I just don't know how it's going to go yet, but you are due for one. If those who shouted that one look on, and they are no longer waiting for anybody, I like it. I actually do like it. All right. Because when you see the obedience, right? The obedience are like, no. Don't call us to come and join your protest. No. You start it. Then we can now know that you brought this upon everybody. So Northerners, you will first start it, mobilize 2 million. Then the Yoruba Ronukus, you too, you will start your own. Because now that everybody has realized that this cry, this shege, is not going to spare any of us. It doesn't matter how stupid you think you are. It doesn't matter how useless you think you are as a troll or trolling people on social media. The shege will touch you. You will scream, and nobody will answer you. So, but when you get to that stage, nobody will ask you to come out. The Igbos who have told you, we are no, I beg you, don't invite, go start on, go start your thing. So right now, that's why I actually like these ones. So it's not about laughing or anything anymore. Okay? It is about saying, yeah, if you think they brought him, well, they are out there already. And that's where they start. That's where they start. Oh. They are not waiting for anybody to come and lead them. That's another one. Some of you are waiting there. Why don't you come back home and lead it? Eh? Why don't you come back home and lead the revolution? You will sit down there. You want to go and send us to our death. Eh? You just want people to go and face our leader. I'm not talking to you about Star Di Baba. You walk on the Mombasa. Okay? Normal, share you get, eh? I no pray, say, I go get any power to cure you of your madness. No. Continue the mad, they go. But you see, when the gbedu enter body, when the gbedu enter body, enter body. When the gbedu enter body, bros, enter body. Nobody go tell you. Body will tell you. Listen, you will drop that phone soon too, and you will join these guys. How you gonna go about it? I mean, not know. They will push you beyond the wall. A minimum suburb. Let's go to is this not somewhere around the Ibadan Poli Apata area or so? I'm not sure, but you can tell me. Tinubu must go protest again. 2.2 in Ibadan.
Tinubu is overrated. The pressure is too much. It's too much.
Tinubu na kama. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our rights. Solidarity. Vote Nigeria! Vote Nigeria! Vote Nigeria! Vote Nigeria! Articulate Nigeria! Vote Nigeria! Vote Nigeria! Articulate Nigeria! Articulate Nigeria!
of the sectors, Nigeria, bankrupt.
Yeah, Ibadan. And it is very easy, okay? Baba, see, that time don't pass. That time when you say, you won't defend THIEFNUBU. And then you will be like, all of you, Tinubu will succeed. You don't even have a clue what you are asking him to succeed in, okay? To succeed in destroying you. So some people can say amen or not and all that. Tinubu will succeed. Kiniko. And then others who are like, all of us you come together. Let us forget about that's what they do today. Say, let us forget about election. Let us forget about 2023. People are suffering. Let us all come together. Come together and save oloriburuku ló ń ṣe ẹ́, wọ́n bá mi ṣe ẹ́ o money o. Ìwọ àti talent come together. That is what I mean. Once you know that you are among those who brought a THIEFNUBU, you will go on the street there. Okay? You will call your fellow other bat idiots. Una go come stage a hunger protest to remove them. You are to come together. Some people say 80 years. Less than 1 year. Una don't they find friends. Let's forget about the past. Which past? Last year. Or the one before it. Or the last 9 years. I mean the last 9 years. No, answer them. Don't let anybody put you in that kind of thing. No go they do. See, some will tell you, this is just bad belly. We know that you don't like THIEFNUBU. It's bad belly. This bad belly is not good. Okay, Oshe. Thank you. We are bad belly and we are proud. Fellow bad belly, oh yeah, raise your hand. Any proud bad belly here, right? Good. What about you and your oloriburuku good belly? How come your good belly is not working in favor of THIEFNUBU? And they just reduce this hardship. Small. Just tiny small. And they just reduce this inhumanity. Small. What happened to your good belly? And your good belly, see good belly people, they don't finish you in Nigeria. Because do you really think hypocrisy sells anymore? Or gaslighting people? Continue to cry. That's why you go cry for 8 years. Baba, taking fee in Jesus' name, see. Amen. Don't they talk about people crying or not? Don't even use that on anybody anymore. Tell me who is not crying among you now. If you are tired of THIEFNUBU, all of una bobakus, alimanjiris, bad idiots, bad stars, all your clans, Buhari idiots, Buhari degenerates, and the rest of you, una go hold on a hand. You go eat that street. Until then, Baba, Shakwa Malekun. Indeed. Now, going a little bit further, in a land where lawlessness is the order of the day, you cannot wish the Naira to rise. Share Yahweh. That there is Shewere. For God's sake. Somebody will be say, a man of God. I command you, Naira. Oh, yeah, rise. And then Yahweh, amen, labe. At it discover. Listen to me. You see all these Ronukus. We have kind of discovered that they are not just, the Lagos Abobakus, the Ronukus generally, they come from two camps. The first is the RCCG. When you see an Agbadorian, who is also a member of RCCG, Eroja were pe gidigani o, eroja lunatic. Like when you are talking about the ingredient of madness, those are the first version of the Ronukus in Yoruba land. Those are the ones who listen to Adeboye, the political wing of APC, because they used to believe that Pastor Ruga was going to become president then. But still, those who are left, they've decided to metamorphose into the Ronukus in Jesus' name. So those ones, they are adding bigotry, RCCG, Redeemed Christian Church of God of Adeboye, as a badge of a disgrace, and they are shameless too. The second set of the Ronukus in Yoruba land, they are those wannabe Islamic fanatics, Nuruddin, Shakiru, Lati, Those are the ones who see themselves as having something in affinity with their Sharia northern brothers. And therefore, at the back, they believe they are Muslims too. And so they believe that when the terrorists come down and then hacking everybody down, once they say salam alaikum, those ones will now tell them wa alaikum kema salo, because that's the only what you have. They don't know that. But those ones are the ones who are like rooting for APC, no matter the hardship, no matter the corruption or the poverty, ladies and gentlemen, they will tell you, and so in Yoruba, but I'm happy that a lot of Yorubas actually doesn't really care about these guys. But you need to do, you need to care. We need to crush them down. We need to. Because you see, the damages they're actually causing is like they are helping those who wants to keep us from generation to generation. They want to keep us in poverty, in fear. And that's exactly what THIEFNUBU and gang represents. Lies and propaganda. Papa, you cannot lie. You can't use lies to run a country. You still have to do something. But for them, is Allahu Akbar. To the other ones, Jesus is Lord. You need bunch of liars, bunch of hypocrites defending criminals in the name of Allah and in the name of Jesus. We know them all. So we need to start pointing them out. Those are the ones that will tell you God has a way of, you need to calm down. The RCCG oloriburuku members. So, and I'm saying it to your face. Look at me very well. We know the damages you have caused. Well, I promise you, a lot of people will be so enlightened, they will match you shoulder to shoulder, toes to toe. Right? These are the instruments and agents of backwardness, agent of poverty, agent of division, who have pitched their tents with the APC. And right there, you will see some of their pastors, APC. We know you. If you don't detach, we will destroy that your agenda, I promise you. And it's only the truth that will destroy it. Listen, a lot of you are looking for what are the reasons why all these guys are managing to spread their hate. It's because majority of them are spreading their hate in the name of Allah, in the name of Jesus. Now here we are. They won't give up. They are the ones who will tell you we should pray. Don't think they are not. Don't think they don't know what they are doing. They have been conditioned that way, and they are playing their role very well. You have to help us destroy them too. We will. We will. In case if you're watching me and you're one of them, your fake Sky Daddy, through that fake Adeboye and the rest of all your fake criminals who are conditioning the minds of the rest of you, making you more politically illiterate. You will be politically literate. Okay? And then you will destroy them as you will destroy the establishment. Truth. Truth. something you can hold on to, something that is real, and not any sort of imaginary nonsense that they kind of spew all the time to control your mind. We are getting there. Mind, we are. I believe we are. However, the country is so trashy place that when Nigeria happens to people, sometimes you kind of have to be like, oh, more. How do people sort of cope or manage it? No, they don't manage it. They bottle it up. Nigerians are wounded people. I am talking about brutally wounded people. Their souls are wounded. Okay, their body, their brain, everything about them, their humanity is like, is an embodiment of ruined, damaged. We are damaged people. And we know why. We know those who were responsible for that. And people they still continue to damage them and damage them. And once Nigeria happened to you, my friend, let me say, maybe the grace of God, once Nigeria happened to you, if you live to tell the story, you will live with the trauma for the rest of your life. A young man said, he has a driver, okay? He's one of the tanker drivers who help move products like a diesel, AGO, petroleum, and all of that stuff across Nigeria. Now, this guy said his driver called him and said, Oga, see, we have loaded from the depot and we're taking from Port Harcourt, we are taking the products to so place. Then where I parked to wait till the following day before we continue driving. Some soldiers came, and then the next thing they just arrested us, and then arrested them, showing them all the documents and everything, right? No. Then they drove the truck away with the product in it, 44,000 liters of AGO. I don't even want to talk about the price of the product. But you know what happened? They drove the truck somewhere, a secluded area. They emptied the content, took every part of the truck they wanted, then they set it ablaze. And according to them, they set it ablaze because the truck is being used for bunkering. What? Well, it is Nigeria. It is. You doubting me? Watch this.
This is my truck. 40,000 liters of AGO are loaded in Port Harcourt by Rain Oil. I paid to Hydropet and it was loaded. My driver told me the army people came to him where he's parking, waiting for the next day to move. Bypass him, take the truck, went away, and siphon the whole diesel and bring it down here and burn it as a bunkering product. Oh, what an award. What an wicked word. Look at what they burn. They lose the whole tires, they lose the service tank, the things they needed. To tell you that I know what they did, and they came to burn my empty truck here, claiming there is a product they caught it with the bunkering. They went and sold my whole diesel out. They went and sold my whole diesel out from Body Camp. The truck was there yesterday night, and they went and sold the whole diesel out and come and burn my truck. This truck is just a year old. It's a new truck. I have been in this business since 2012 till now. I labored day and night, struggling just to be like others, to put food in the table. For me, to put food in the table. And look at what they did. Why are we like this? Why is the Nigeria so weak like this? Why is the government so wicked like this? This is a new product that I bought from Renegotiation. I have the webby that shows that I bought the product. Why is it like this? Why? All the things are labored. This truck and the diesel that is costing me 150 million naira. They burn it like this. In this economy of Nigeria now, where does...
Like, where is he going to start from? But that is his own. Others are losing their properties, being demolished left, right, and center. Millions and millions of hundreds of millions of naira, if not hundreds of billions of naira. It's perishing every day by criminals who don't really build wealth. They take it, they steal it. They don't know how to build wealth. They can't create it. But that's to tell you what it is like to survive in that contraption. It can happen to you anytime. I mean, have you not asked yourself, like, this Maiyegun every evening for 3 hours? He will have something to show us, something new, something that just happened every night. Have you not wondered about that? I'm talking about real life things happening to people in real life, victims of bad governance. Every day I come here, I show you. I don't come here to blab or make up stories. I show them to you, to show to you that any of us can be victim any day. I said that yesterday. I said, those who are here with me tonight, reading about other people's story, your own story may pop up tomorrow, or a story of your own area. It is Nigeria, a lawless place. When there is no rule of law, right? Forget it. You do not have a country. Rule of law is just to say, even if everybody they run mad in this place, once your case enter courts, the judiciary will set your brain right. You do not have that. There's no real business that will exist in such place. Get any? People do field studies. They do this study, that research, this and that, before they make investments. Then all of these things are going to pop up. Baba, you can hide them. So it happens to everybody every day, because clowns, career criminals, are those who are making decisions. They are those who are doing and undoing everything that the consequences are pushing back today. You are here tonight. Some of you are going to listen to a lot of things that are going to be like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Now that's for today. Tomorrow you're going to hear another set. I'm going to come with another load of stuff again to show to you what is going on in that place. So if you're not there, or even if you are there and you pretend that you don't know all these things that are happening, people have told me that a lot of people in Nigeria don't even know what is going on in Nigeria. And I understand why. But what about those of you who now know what is going on, but you pretend that you don't? Or you look for an alternative reality, an alternative reality that will just take you away from the real one. And you begin to believe that alternative reality. When people now tell you that, come back to reality, you better come back to reality, you become upset. You say they are not patriotic because they are not following the fake hope that you have created by avoiding the real calamity, the reality. So, talking about demolitions or losing your things and all that, you may never get any compensation. Okay. I'll take you to Lagos. They are doing some demolitions there, just briefly.
Oh yeah. Wọ́n ti Mira.
Mama, we have to send the first.
So the last video is Marina in Lagos, by the way. So I'm not sure if they want to put the entire entire structure, or just the shanties that they attach. Sonweku was talking about that 2 days ago, that there are so many illegal structures that have now been built around some of the original, real structures, which have now made it difficult for, emergency officials to gain access to the place in terms of emergency or fire incident. And it kind of makes sense. I just hope they are not planning to demolish the entire shopping complex. But they haven't yet. The last video of it I saw. Okay, so they haven't. Let's go to another one. This collected video that I'm about to share with you is just a minute or so, okay? It's about some students from Nigeria who are on scholarship to Morocco and a few other African countries. Some more, they don't abandon them. They have been abandoned there. And those of you who are still in Nigeria, as a typical Nigerian, how do you react? Baba, I mean, stay Morocco, Joe. We are not eating in Nigeria. You're asking government to come and pay scholar. I will come back to Nigeria. That's how typical Nigerian would react. Not react to the failure that has now become a pastime or law in Nigeria, where lives and the future of the young ones are being put into jeopardy. Not today, it's been like that all the time. But every day there's always a reminder to remind you that those who don't give a damn about you do not deserve any of your loyalty or defense, except if you are actually like you have really, you really have a mental problem, kind of like you need the help. They don't care about you. Not even when they promise to give you scholarship. Now some of them can't pay their rent. They are almost homeless. Even one of the landlady or landlords participated in this video, appealing to Nigeria to please come and pay the rent of their scholarship students on scholarship from Nigeria to Morocco. Papa, watch.
Hello everyone, the students representatives of the Federal Scholarship Board bilateral negotiation agreement students in Russia. We are here to plead with the government over our unpaid stipends. First of all, we want to let the government know that FSP students have been disillusioned by the continuous promises of soon for the past 10 months. It has been said soon. Our unpaid stipends are currently in the 10th month where it's been 9 months and we haven't been paid our stipends. We have issues with our landlords, no money for rent, no money for books, no money for food. They are throwing us out of our homes. You understand? We are on scholarship, but it's very hard. We are not being paid, and we are calling on the Nigerian government in a peaceful manner. This is a peaceful protest, and we need our money, please. Help us.
On m'a pas payé, donc je vais les mettre dehors. Chaque fois, lorsque je pars chez eux, ils me disent c'est ce mois-là, le mois prochain, le mois après. Et jusqu'à maintenant, j'ai rien reçu. S'il vous plaît, si vous pouvez faire quelque chose pour vos enfants, faites-le. Sinon, moi aussi, je ne peux pas les mettre dans les appartements qui ne m'appartiennent pas. Il appartient à des propriétaires et que eux, ils demandent leur argent. Donc, il faut faire quelque chose pour vos enfants. Je ne peux pas les mettre dehors, mais je suis obligée.
Àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ kó wá fún mi bí mi lè bọ́ wọn mọ́ o. Nàìjíríà ẹjọ́ ẹ wá kó àwọn ọmọ yín o. Wọ́n ti jẹ mí lówó ilé o. I will tell you, I will interpret that for you, okay? So it's simply that they are called the FSP or FSC, Federal Scholarship, something like that, okay? So they send some of them to Europe. They send some of them to Morocco. And now, for the past 10 months, all of the allowances have not been paid. They can't pay rent. They can't buy food. They can't. They are not paying the school fees. Now they are more or less like, why are they still in those countries? To make it worse, they don't have money to go back to Nigeria. In faraway place, Nigeria go shame you. Now no more. Because now. You see, now crazy people, they in charge of that contraption. And there are crazy people too, living inside that same contraption, like this, my brother. I'm proud of your achievement, by the way, right, bro?
When I don't see I don't go Vietnam, they deport me. I don't go Thailand, they deport me. I don't go Indonesia, they deport me. I dey Nigeria now. You dey see I dey Nigeria. Make I see who go deport me now. Ekwechirilemo. Ana mo oboda. Life and direct.
You get that kind of thing, right? East or west, north or south, home is the best. That can be something that you can say to people who were promised academic support, only to go become refugee in place where they went for academic pursuits. Now only Nigeria will do that to you. I promise you. Don't take Nigeria's promise. Because those who are making the promises are criminals. They've spent the money. And nobody is going to pay the money anytime soon. So you either find your way back or take a jackpot from your hostel. Either way, anyone that works for you, you are still a Nigerian. I mean, I saw something online, right? Several times I have paid charges. And these charges are for some innocent mistakes. Like, like driving on the bus lane. Then I was charged money for driving on the bus lane. Or I took a turn that I shouldn't. The camera saw that. And yes, I got charged. Or fined, rather. Then I have seen policemen, okay, who have, barely though, I've seen policemen who have gone after traffic offenders. traffic offense is something that is so serious. And over time, technology has been deployed to ensure that the lives of the personnel, of those who are working in the, they are called the road safety or something, or traffic police. They don't put their lives under danger. You don't go on unnecessary pursuits when the machine or when the camera could or technology could actually pick an offender and deal with him or her. So this morning, I saw something, and it's not new though. I kind of feel like, but Alaye, you could have just picked his number instead of putting your life at risk. And the typical Nigerians, they didn't see much in that. Okay. They were just like, why don't you ask, what is the full story? I said, which full story? She will any. Who you they work for? Where you go jump on the bonnet of a car, moving car? In the name of what?
This is a road safety officer in my car. I don't know what he's doing in my car. I don't know. You should ask him to leave my vehicle. Okay, come down. I've stopped. Okay. So I come down from my vehicle. Come down from my vehicle. Okay, come down from my vehicle. Okay. Maybe I have to go to the police station. I don't know. He's not coming down. Maybe I have to take it to the station. I don't know. I don't know why it's not coming down from my car.
The only reason why he's on the bonnet of that car is because of money, bribe. Why would you risk your life? You fall down, the car roll over you, you break your skull, you are dead. Your pension, they won't even pay your gratuity to your family. How much could he even be asking for there? Maybe 1,000 Naira. So I said that, and somebody was like, I thought this Maiyegun gets sense. Instead of you to investigate why is sitting on, is clinging onto the bus. Say, she really near me. Oh, what can contribute? He was ready to fight with me. Keypad warrior. He was ready. Let me tell you something. Even in the UK, in the UK, do you disobey police? I said, where are you from? Ungios or something like that was the name I remember. I was like, in your life, have you ever seen a traffic police officer on the bonnet of a moving car simply because the driver failed to stop? But it is Nigeria. They normalize abnormalities. They will ask you stupid questions just because they want to have an opinion. And it's a place where victims are indeed blamed too. So good luck to you fixing that place. Good luck to you. I will vote for the breakup of the contraption. We will deal with our worry regionally. I mean, that's easier. Let's go deal with our worries regionally. Obaseki just said something. Obaseki said, listen, tell yourselves the truth. Nigeria can no longer be protected from the center. It is time to renegotiate this contraption. Break it up. Break it up. Break it up and save lives. Obaseki was saying that. And I was like, oh, yeah, good. Do you really mean that, man? But he's saying the truth. Nigeria, see, number one, a lot of you have lost interest. You have lost trust in these guys. And you can never make Nigeria better when the detachment between the ruled and the rulers are like the distance between Mount Everest and then Kilimanjaro. See the distance? You can never close it, break it up. Now, oh, don't worry, you will do it. Don't worry. Oh, come and break it. Emi we can come and break it. As you come and break it, Emi call him and break it. You see the shege that is still on his way. Oh, sure. You will break it. when people that you can say, hey, they have a word though that they normally say, or something without enterprise. What do you call that again? Wealth without enterprise. Talking about Nigerians, most of them who are only waiting for their turn. Which Nigeria? Nigeria will long break. We may never become senator. We may never become governor. We may never steal my own money. Maiyegun, Nigeria no fit break now. No break am now. Let us wait till when me I don't chop my own. Turn by turn Nigeria Limited. You may never live long enough to be what you think you want to be. It is Nigeria. Of course, the motivator, people like, Canary Dino, people who have wealth without enterprise. They have friends and admirers that they are motivating inside that same contraption. They do not possibly have any clue of how to create wealth. But with the likes of Dino, displaying wealth with no source other than they were in politics, right? But they are also like, people like him are also coward, right? I want to show you a video. It's a collection, okay? Dino was displaying his card this morning, and he does that all the time. And the poor Nigerians are always there fighting themselves. Mr. Man, what is the source of your wealth? That's Nigerian, typical Nigerian. You just, what is the source of your wealth? What do you do for a living? You know he doesn't do anything for a living, okay? But he can tell you that he has a stock, he has this, he has that, but buy whatever you can buy, okay? But in that same space, you will see other fellow Nigerians. They go fire you. Shut up your mouth. Every time you'll be asking for the source of somebody's wealth, source of somebody's wealth. What is the source of your wealth? What's the source of your wealth? When he was poor, did you ask him what was the source of his poverty? Nigeria to Nigeria, they're going to find themselves like that. And somehow they are praying to God to give them something like that too. Wealth without any enterprise. Billionaires without any business. How just because they have the connection. Access. It's called access. Whenever they are caught, oh my God, they are mostly cowards. So I have a combination of Canary Dino's video in this regard. It was motivating those who are waiting for their turn short in Nigeria. And if they survive, you can't. All right? You can't. Hang on a minute. Yesterday, I was pretty much so grateful to a lot of us who remember the day before yesterday. See, I told you, right? I appreciate every effort, engagement that you give to my videos, right? And indeed, they are mostly the reason why I always come back, okay? But listen, tonight, we are currently like about 1,700 on YouTube, right? Right. So do you mind taking it, do you mind to take a minute by leaving that comment section, right? And let's see if we can actually get this like down to 1,000. Can you do that for me? I told you, like, you see, I love the super chats, no doubt. I love all the kind of the comment, the engagement I do. I especially ask you to take a minute and go like that video. I'll thank you for it later. So let's go back there. Dino.
Hey,
please hold it, I beg. Maybe by the time the rubber finish, the season now this time. Wait on my brother. Holy.
Hello, Wale is this? Where is the mat one first? Yeah, sure. Take. Give me one. I heard the word sound. So you yeah, what's
Kedari Dino. I decided to mix both together, just kind of like a mid-break, right? Did you hear the breathing there? That was after he said he escaped from the DSS. Remember that time that he said he escaped from the DSS and he lived on the tree for 4 days. And now he was on the tree for 4 days before they now found him. He's not like Yeye Bello. Currently now, people don't forget about Yeye Bello. There was a court judgment yesterday that said that Yeye Bello's effort to stop the EFCC from arresting him got thrown out, okay? But yet, Yeye Bello, right now, EFCC and the rest of them will tell us that they don't know where he is. He said he can't be arrested, or more, they don't arrest him more. But that was a Dino there. These guys are a bunch of cowards. So when they deal with themselves, sometimes, right, I kind of love to keep the record, okay, to show to those of you who see them as your role models, who see them as freedom fighter activists. I love Aisha Yesufu, who told them that Nigeria don't need any more activists. You have enough activists. If you see this one activist, if you see that one activist, this one everybody activist. Instead of asking for more activists, you should all endeavor to push for active citizens. That's a very good line. I like it. Instead of looking for activists who are mostly cash activists, they call them the human rights cash activists. So instead of looking for more cash activists, you should be encouraging more active citizens. Citizens who knows their left from their right. Those ones who are not famous for self-destructing themselves. Information that helps the people to decide. Make informed decisions. That's a power I like. And I think that's what I am doing here. Trying to make a lot of us more active. Because a lot of us are like, I'm waiting concern me. It don't concern me, Joe. Like one true emperor. One true emperor will be like, Papa, I don't care. It's a lie. He cares. People will tell you, I don't care. I don't care what happened to you. Don't call me. It's a lie. They are the people who actually care most. I love listening to him, though. One true emperor. He's going to probably tell me later tonight and say, Maiyegun, you don't understand. I mean it. No, you don't. If you do, you will stop watching Maiyegun. But you really want to know what's going on with them. You do. You really want them to have that, that feeling of standing up. You wanted to see them. You want to provoke them to do that. People will tell you, I don't care. Please, now one trip. I don't care. I don't care. Get out of here. Don't ever. Then the next thing, you just be like, hello, Martinelli. Hello, Martinelli. Sorry, Jerry. I told you I don't care about that. Alpha, is Maiyegun live tonight? Say, no, he's there now. Go and watch. No, but is he okay? Because I just want to check on him to make sure that he's okay. Oh, really? But I thought you said you don't care. No, not like that. I just, me now, So I'm talking about active citizens. Instead of all of you looking for activists. Are you not a human rights activist? Are you not an activist? Maiyegun is an activist. Out there. Don't look for activists. Become one. Become an active citizen. Because by having an enlightened, educated, and well-informed citizenry, a well-educated population, well, you can talk about revolution. You can talk about a lot of things. In the atmosphere where people are intelligent enough to know what they want, you need to know what you want. You can't be doing kami. No, you can't be doing that with your life and your destiny. Because that's exactly what these guys have already mortgaged. They've stolen them from you. You can take them back. You can. But you can only take them back if you understand that they've taken something from you. They've taken the future from you. They are taking your youth away from you right now. The fun that you are supposed to have at this age, you are not having them. Okay? You are hustling just to stay alive. Looking for something to feed on, something that can keep you alive for a while. It's no fun. You call it hustling. That's not fair. There's a reason why they said they should build for the coming generation, so that they too will now build for the generation coming after them. Generation here was supposed to be building for the one coming, not steal from them, not borrow them into perpetual poverty, right? Like a perpetual damnation. You don't, come on, man. Nigeria has loan that will be repaid back for 100 years, which means, Baba, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 generations of Nigerians, if that contraption still exists, 10 generations are going to be born into poverty. They're going to be born into poor education. They're going to be born into poor sanitation. They're going to be born into unsafe country. They're going to be born into the world that is going to be so harsh on them. You should be concerned. A lot of us will be gone. I will be gone. You will be gone. Listen to me. I am 40 years old, right? Well, over 40. I love saying it because I kind of love reminding myself, okay? Oh, Maiyegun, you are 40. How long do you think you have left if you have any grace long enough that you have good health? Long enough? Maybe 40 years more. You will not be able to recognize me in another 40 years. I'll be too old. Like that. Or maybe not. Because my mom used to tell me that, you know, you know what that means? A well-grilled beef. Well-grilled beef. Dry one. Keep it on. It would never have any maggot in it. It never goes bad. You know that? That's what my mom said. My mom said, I've got a nature that even if I live up to 100, I'll still be like Kongi. Fortunately, she's not here anymore. Because she had a similar body. She would have lived so long if she had access to better health care. Now, the health care that my mom and my dad, despite the money that they could kind of pay to get that health care that wasn't there, killed them. It will kill me too if I was in that contraption. That's the destiny. There are many, many of our offspring, my brothers, my sisters, who are still in that contraption. No amount of money can save them if their own medical emergency should kick in tomorrow. My money can't save them. Do you understand what that means? It simply means that there are generations that will be born through me. If they are born in that contraption, they will be born into poverty. And you know that poverty is not the poverty of you not having 1 million, 10 million in your bank account. It is not being able to have access to the standard, good standard of living. Do you understand that money can't really buy that? It is systemic. It's a system. It works for the rich. It works for the poor. It works for the powerful. It works for the powerless. It works for the religious. It works for the ungodly. System. It's called system. If it's not there, if it didn't day, it didn't day. Rather than put that system there, they've subjected our destiny and our future for the next 100 years into debt servicing. We are going to give birth to children that are going to be, they're going to be born into payment of debts. Think about that. Listen, is that even fair? If you think about it, is that fair? Is that the future you want to, is this the world you want to live for your children? Or you're buying them another citizenship elsewhere, right? Passport elsewhere. Oh, my children are going to be Americans. Oh my, oh my. Your children can be Americans, they can be British, they can be anything. But in reality, they will always call those places their secondary home. And it is kind of like for preservation of your species, it could be a good thing. Nigeria will kill all of us anyway. So those of you who are probably going to have offspring outside the contraption, of course, you can sustain on, your species for a while. But the long road to sadness is the fact that they will have no place to go back to and call home when these guys are done. That should get you thinking. Well, that's what got me thinking, if you ask me. I mean, how do you explain a country of 220 million people, they say? And it's also an educated country, which is a lie. And then you have rogues in charge like this one who believes that it is the wishes of the people that was against the country, not their own decisions or the decisions they are making. Or some rabble-rousers, some half-nitwit, poorly educated rogues that they put in charge of different agency and all that, making decisions. I'm talking about an embarrassing pronouncement. For example, Nigeria caught at Lagos airport, okay? They caught a machine, cryptocurrency machine. There are some people who want to come and use. To stabilize Nigeria economy, cryptocurrency machine. What does that even mean? Well, there's a report on it, but I'll show you. It's quite funny when I listen to it too, but maybe it's not. Watch.
The Murtala Mohammed International Airport Command has handed over 148 units of military drones valued at over 7 million naira and fake $1 million to the Nigerian Army and the Economic Financial Crime Commission in Lagos.
These are the 1,250 counterfeited dollars, and then these are the cryptocurrency machines and their wallets. They are so tiny, you may think they are nothing, but they can do a lot of harm to the Nigerian's economy.
On behalf of the Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the Acting Zonal Director of EFCC Lagos Command, we want to say thank you so much to the Nigeria Customs Service for the collaboration the Commission enjoy from them. They make our work easier and the society a better place for us to work.
The Customs Area Controller handed over the drone to Major General Mohammed Usman, said the gadgets have capacity to stay in the air for 72 hours. So handed over the fake dollars to EFC Chairman Representative in Lagos.
It simply means somebody is serious is bringing them in. So we are happy, and the custom is up to their task, and they are going to apprehend.
I'm sorry, I've been laughing behind this scene, okay? But it's Nigeria, you get. So they caught drones. They said they arrested drones. You took some people's drone, maybe because they didn't declare them, all right? And then they called the press. We found their drones, and we are giving the drones to the military. So the military came too. Oh, we are very happy with the custom for doing their job. I say, you see this cryptocurrency machine, they can affect. They may look small, but if you know what they do, they can ruin Nigeria economy. All of them illiterate in that place, okay? But they are entertaining themselves. They were entertaining themselves. It's an achievement. We've arrested cryptocurrency machine. But crypto is a link, isn't it? Well, I like the one that they caught. I mean, for them discovering that fake currency. But that one is dangerous. So kudos, let's say kudos to them, okay? I mean, like, it's a very funny place, okay, Nigeria? Very, very funny place. When these criminals came to power in 2015, Nigeria was generating about 9,000 megawatts of electricity. They were distributing about 4,500. Half of that, half of 9,000. It's such a shame, though, right? That they continue to tell you how much they generate and how much they distribute. And that's just to tell people that, we still have some left, but we'll distribute them later. I think it's a trick that has worked there for a very long time, right? Until APC came. Now, APC is about propaganda and lies, okay? If APC tells you that you can fly your aeroplane with palm oil, if you tell them that that's not possible, APC will tell you there is a new technology that it has not been used, but it's possible. Or they will tell you that it's already being used in China. And if you ask them to present the data for it, they will attack your family. They will call you Omuali or say you hate Nigeria. You don't wish Nigeria well. That's their trick. Now, in the last 11 months, okay, THIEFNUBU has further destroyed the power sector. Put it that way. Not only that Nigeria generates less electricity now, 5,000 or so is what Nigeria generates now, okay? After billions of dollars spent by Bokwari, APC, Egbekegbe. Now, not only that they are generating less, they are also sharing less. Now, these guys are now distributing something around 2,500. Then they call them Band A, Band B, Band C, another fraud. But that's just by the way. These same criminal people, this same criminal government, they have announced that they are investing some certain billions of on CNG buses so that they can reduce the cost of transportation for you after the removal of subsidy. You know what CNG buses are? They are like electric buses. You need electricity to have electric buses, Abi. You do. But APC is assuring you that they are going to distribute thousands of CNG buses to reduce the cost of transportation. People are clapping. Now, this is a Wale E-dunce. Wale E-dunce is a dance to me. Anyway, you see, but they know what they are doing. Oh, sure you get, like they are economic saboteurs. So is there wearing an helmet? After meeting with the IMF and World Bank for, these guys want to take a loan of $750 million. And because of the loan of $750 million, okay, that they will repay back in 45 years. I'm serious, it's crazy, right? So they will pay that money back later, okay? But for the World Bank to give them that money, they told them to go and increase the tax on telecommunication. All these your phones now, all this your MTN, Glo, all this your telecommunications, this is you will pay more because they've increased it now. They have increased the tax on it by 3.something%. They tried it a while back, they removed it. Okay, but because they need the 750 million from the promised. Okay, hang on. That's how they rush you now, Abi. Sorry, it's because my time is rounding up too. Okay, I'm going to take calls soon. And that's why I want to make sure I quickly pass the info, but I have to say this slowly, okay? Now, THIEFNUBU's Wale E-dunce and Cardo B, Oduduwa Emefiole, right? They approached the World Bank and IMF, so they made a deal. That deal is that they're going to give them $4.5 billion in a space of 2 years. So they'll be giving them 500 million, 200 million, 600 million, 700 million, like that, until they give them 4.5 billion. That arrangement is there. So part of the arrangement was that they should go and remove subsidy. But now IMF is hearing that they've restored the subsidy secretly, which will further bankrupt Nigeria. So they now told them that, listen, $750 million is ready. But you need to go and increase, you need to go and reinstate the telecommunication tax if you want to access this money. Okay? And guess what? What do you think they want to use the 750 million for? Any idea? No? No? Well, they said they want to use it to fund the 2024 budget. That means you will never know what they use the money for, except what they say they use it for. So it's like a cash they want to hand over to them. So they will give it to them. But for them to access that money, they have to tax you. You see how it works? Now, there is no electricity in Nigeria. It is in darkness. In fact, the people of the northeast of Nigeria, they just told them now that they will do their best to restore their electricity by the 27th of May. I swear, that's what they have told them now. That means they are most part of that place are in darkness. IPOB just gave the EEDC. They call them the Eastern Electricity Development Company or something like distribution company, EEDC. Intentionally, there is no power in the eastern part of Nigeria. Most parts. Intentionally, so IPOB was like, get out of this place if you can't give the people electricity anymore. But that same fraudsters, they want you to clap because very soon electric buses are going to be plying your street. I want to see it too, because we already boarding the electric buses in Glasgow. All over the world, people are already like going into it. But now people will get power, we get electricity. When I get power, anyway, it was in Lagos to showcase that the CNG buses are going to be assembled in Lagos, and it's going to help. Anyway, see, I'll show you.
Today, there were 50,000 naira at the market price, or at the price at the filling stations of petrol. On the other hand, the cost of CNG is about 3 times less. It's about 1/3, if not 1/4. So what you can fill for 55,000 or so, you can now fill for around 15,000. So that's a huge savings that will help reduce or maintain a lead on transport costs. So it's a very key initiative. And the thing about the CNG initiative, the presidential initiative on compressed natural gas, is that it has taken time. We've all gone around and we have seen that these are not purchases of finished goods or finished products. It is assembly. So at the same time as helping the inflationary effect, reducing the price of fare, well, at the end of the day, reducing transport costs to the average Nigerian. As well as that, it's also helping to grow the economy. So it's 2 critical aims are being achieved. And what is important is that I've come to see what is happening with the CNG initiative. Where are the buses, as Nigerians are asking?
So it drove few of them. So the ones they are assembling in Lagos, right? That one is called the CNG. So they are going to convert buses, instead of using petrol, they will be using gas. And according to him, it's going to be cheaper. So THIEFNUBU's government has also invested on that electric buses as well. So they are expecting them to also be delivered to you soon. So if your electric bus stop working on the road, you know what to do. Just push it to the nearest plug where you can charge it. And in the absence of that, they are going to give you CNG buses. And that's just gas. No petrol. But how much is how do you buy gas in Nigeria again? No, how do you buy that? I've seen people say 10 kg cooking gas. Yeah, I don't know. Is that cooking gas they're gonna use for the CNG? Is that same? No. Okay. Anyway, they said it is to help you cut down the cost of transportation, and he has already put on helmet. Helmet, and then is granted press interview. Definitely, it's going to be a good thing to look forward to then, right? So I called Julono then. So I have a few other things I am going to say, but I think my time is up, so I could possibly just hold on to that. I'm going to go make myself another cup of tea. And that can take me, it can take me up to 4 minutes or 3 minutes. My kettle, my kettle is an old one, okay? So it takes time to get warm, okay? It's like when you want to wake and hold the body, you have to give it time. So you start from kicking off, make some noise, whoa, then it will start kind of react. Takes time, So don't go anywhere. Like this broadcast, okay? Hang on, don't go yet. Not yet. So I wanted to share this with you as well. Remember when a shitty man said this, when Cardo B, Oduduwa Emefiole, as well as Wale E-dunce said they were doing magic, the abracadabra on your Naira. So maybe if I play you this video now, you can help me go ask a shitty man what happened, what changed.
Going silent. They were anticipating the Naira will go to 5,000 to the dollar. Now the dollar is crashing, and they are counting their losses, and they will continue to count their losses. And the economy, by the grace of God, is bouncing back and in full force. We need to rally around him. Going silent.
Nuisance, Lele. You remember that? So please, dear Templars, the people of the Temple of Truth, you are almost 2,000 again on YouTube. But now is the time. So please go like the video. It is your offering, please. So I'll see you when I get back, okay? Don't go anywhere, especially if you probably really want to still be part of this when we started the conversation around what we have said so far. So don't go anywhere. And I will be back.
Disable, Atisete, Atin Parotipe, Atisete, Tito, Dimo, Dodo, Sima, Atisete, Odisete, Cagua de Falare, Atisete, Cagua de Falare, Atisete, Adajo, Paro, Torio, Atisete, Odilu, Paron, Toribo, Atisete, Udo, Minster, Atisete, Tiga.
Thank you so much, everyone. And that is me back. I have kept somebody on the line, I believe, for that long. Are you still there? Right. I possibly lost him. So now let me go back and take Angono. I don't know if you are still there. Can you hear me? No, he can't. Right. My line is back on. Oh, hang on. What's that? I don't know. So my line is back on now. Okay, so let's get started. Hello there,
Uncle Maiyegun.
Oh, darling. How are you this evening?
I'm well. It's Saturday, party night.
Oh, brilliant. You are my first caller too. Great.
Oh, good evening. How are you?
I'm very well. You know, surviving.
Yes. Where do we begin? Uncle Maiyegun? Let's start with Ogadino.
If you're choosing, please.
Ogadino, Dino. Everybody was laughing in the comment section, but it's not funny.
It shouldn't be.
Because when we have the conversation around these politicians have stolen money, we need to break that down. How does the stolen money affect the society? Where did that stolen money come from? Right?
Yeah.
Dino has stolen that money, but that means that they didn't pay teachers.
That's right.
They didn't pay doctors. If they don't pay the doctor, how are the doctors going to serve the community? They didn't pay nurses. They didn't pay policemen. So you have people who live around you who have not been paid, not for 2 months, not for 4 months, for a year, for 2 years.
I know.
And these people live in the midst of us. So it isn't like these people live in their own community. They live in the midst. So if I don't have money, what will I want to do to you? So when we hear stories of this person stole money, if anybody is stealing, that means somebody else does not have.
Yes.
And the money they're also stealing, a lot of it is your money that you put in your bank account.
As well.
People don't understand it. Your pensions, a lot of you have pension schemes. That is the money that they're taking. So I feel like until we understand the context, we won't understand the impact. So when you get stopped by a policeman and you're wondering, why is this policeman treating me like this? A policeman that gets paid 50,000 Naira a month, what is it you expect him to treat you like? When Dino has stolen his money, Yaya Bello has stolen his money. So the context of it is so important so that we can understand, okay, how does this affect everybody?
Does it affect you as a person? You know, no matter your level, your standing in the society, you as an individual existing in such a, such a rigged system, how does this really affect? Once you begin to understand it, the concept, like you said, where maybe we can begin to understand the impacts, which is going to be like, what are we missing? In the absence of all this, what does that mean? Oh, wow. Now you understand the impacts. I like that.
Yeah, and the rich, like I keep on saying, the rich people do not give a damn because they enjoy being rich. So the change everybody's talking about, Nigeria does not like change, right? I work in change management, And change is the hardest thing for any society to do.
It is.
But in order for change to happen, we have to have transmission of information. But it's so difficult in Nigeria to have transmission of information because there's no TV. So you might be in Lagos, but the people in the East do not have the information you have. So it's almost like, I believe that it's either the diasporans have to stand up because the mass Nigerian is trying to survive.
Yeah.
We in the diaspora, we're not in survival mode. That's why we have a lot to say.
That's right.
But when you live in that environment, you are in survival mode. You're trying to eat. When I was in Nigeria 2 months ago, day to day, I noticed that there's no information about the country. There's no information. You wake up, you're listening to music. Even when you're listening to the radio, there's not a lot of information about they're not critiquing. They're just talking, which are two different things. So you can go a whole day in Lagos and not understand or know what's going on in Nigeria.
Right. So no wonder social media remains a threat according to them, because if that barrier is broken, that people begin to have more access to more helpful information, right? Then that's a threat to whatever these guys don't want the world to see. Well, we are talking about the world. They don't even want Nigerians to know. There are many things they don't want them to know. And they want to keep it that way.
Yeah, they want to keep it that way. So unless we can educate the masses, I keep on saying this, and we need every Nigerian in the diaspora needs to be involved in a community project. Not in a singular project. Nigerians were very singular. My family. But we need to be involved in community projects. Whether you're sponsoring a school, we need libraries. There's so many things we need that is not available. So unless we can educate the masses, the Danfo driver, how does the Danfo driver read? The Danfo driver is one of the most important people in Lagos. Where do they get their information from? Who's giving them books? Who's giving them education? Who? And then you have Tinubu people who will come to him and say, hey, we're going to give you 10,000 Naira to make noise.
And they're glad to take it without understanding the impact of that singular action of his.
Yeah. So until we empower education-wise, and when I say education, I'm not saying English. I'm not even saying books, but equipping the skill set to learn.
Information, exactly. Type of skill
Whether
set.
Whether it's in Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, there's not enough. There's such a massive gap.
And it is so, okay. It is so much that until recently, right?
Yeah.
I am a Yoruba, right? So I never for once believe a Yoruba would be so difficult of a language, of communication, especially between two Yorubas. Try it without any intermittent add-on of English here and there, right? And see how difficult it is. And then that kind of down on me, how much we have drifted away from what's supposed to have been like our precious mode of communication. And it could have been so helpful that today, a lot of us can sit and have 10 minutes conversation together without adding English. I'm talking about pure Yoruba without us wearing this so much like a stressed out look. Oh my God, I'm struggling here. And that shouldn't be.
But do you know why that is?
Tell me.
The information you've been given. You have no power. You've been given English.
And I've been made to believe that it is the easiest way that I could communicate. And I accepted that. And it seems to just be like, okay, yeah, that's it. Until probably I feel like, no, I don't want it anymore.
Yes. And that's you that's educated. What about the average market woman?
Okay. Thank you
Thank
so
you, sir.
much.
Bye-bye.
You're right. You have a good evening, okay? Or a good night too. Because it's almost at that time of the night. But we do still have like an hour though to go on the program tonight. Let's take this. Hello there.
Shaman, how far?
Hey, Adiola. Is that you?
This is Adiola. I'm on a Baba Namil.
Baba, how you doing, Sha? You're right.
Baba, we do okay. We do okay. We do okay. We do okay.
All
We
right.
did very
Fair
okay.
enough.
We did very okay.
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
maybe
I
I'll.
know this is about finance. I'm not an expert. I'm just a layman. But here we are. Adiola, I remember that time when I was talking about people should keep their dollars. I probably sounded like somebody who hated Nigeria to some of the people here. They didn't want to say it to me. Maiyegun should be happy now. I said, whether I'm happy or sad is non-issue. I know what they are doing. It is dangerous. And once they don't have more to kind of cover it, it's going to come back brutally. And a lot of you are going to face it. Now, it is happening, Adiola. You are an accountant or in an accounting,
I'm in the finance space.
Help us.
So I'm in the finance space. Yeah,
finance, exactly.
Yeah, I think.
Help us.
I think we said the other time, the currency is not, how I put it. Baba, I don't tire. I don't tire because you can't prop up a currency. That's number one. The currency, there's no demand for that currency. There's no demand for that currency, and you're not improving the economy. Because what would drive demand is if you're economically viable. But when you're not economically viable, you can't, people are not going to hold that currency. The things that are of real value is not priced in Naira. It's priced in dollars. So every day, a productive economy. And the bedrock of productivity largely is your engineering base, because the engineers are the ones that solve problems. For any country to develop, you must have a certain number. I keep on saying it, a certain number of engineers per 1,000 people, because they are the ones involved in innovation. They are the ones involved in problem solving. And from them, you now have artisans, welders that can actually weld their inventions and their solutions into existence. You cannot walk 2 steps in your house without encountering an engineering solution or a problem solved by engineers. So if you downplay the role of your people, the human capital, you would not you will not prosper. You can't prosper, and there's no sense into it. So if you are rushing
Adiola, do you
yes,
know that a lot of people in Nigeria will tell you, I'm an engineer. Oh, I'm an engineer. I don't know what kind of engineers they are, right? But a country of 220 million people, according to these guys, which probably is a fake number, okay? There's no 220 million anywhere, okay? But let's go with it, right?
There's no credible sense of.
You know what I mean? Like a country of 220 million people, they do not have any engineer that could help manage, maintain their own hydroelectric power plants. But they have to bring people from China. Chinese engineers, they are those right now in Kanji.
I think I would differ with your point, because I believe we have.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying they couldn't find any that they could see indigenous people manning and handling a national asset like power. But they have to bring Chinese. They are still there. I have the video.
It's strategic. If you choose to look outwards rather than inwards, that means you have to think about why are they doing it. So are they doing it because they want to broker some dodgy deals with the Chinese or to steal money? Because you would question that move, because you have human capital, you have engineers across the globe that are Nigerians that are solving problems in different industries.
Even Nigerians who are working in that power sector, but I'm talking about they hone it and fix it, but they still have to bring all this.
You can, there's a political will. So because we know it's not a country, so it's not a country, so you cannot expect a country must function like a country. Because it's not a country, there are different interests that is not aligned with people's interests. So if it's not a country, it can't function like a country. That's number one. And number two, people that if you continually look outwards, that means there's something in it for you as a leader. That means you lack the political will to drive the real change people desire. That's one. And number two, you are bringing external people because there's something in for you that you benefit only. So when you keep on looking outwards, you are robbing people that can actually do the job. That's the human capital. You are destroying the human capital base by actually looking outwards rather than looking inwards. That's one. And number two, when you keep on doing that, then you will always use a begging bowl. You always go to the IMF and to the World Bank to seek for loans. And remember, IMF, they come with what they call conditionalities. There are conditions tied to all their loan facilities. They don't give you anything without putting a condition. And those conditions, even IMF don't even understand your economy well enough, because IMF, as part of their previous conditionalities in Nigeria, they've made a mess of it. At some point in the past, they were talking about reducing funding for education. They now came back years after to say, oh, that was a wrong move. You don't even know us as a people. So imagine you borrowing from the wrong partner that doesn't know anything about you. So they'll just tell you based on what they know and based on their desktop research. Their desktop research, and tell you should cut funding, or you should do this, or you should do that one, and replacing conditions that only favor them, that does not look at you holistically as a country. So when you do not look inwards, because you're not a country, you always look externally to people to save you. Whereas your people every single day are leaving the shores of that country to live better lives. You have so many engineers in Germany that are Nigerians. You have numerous engineers in the UK. You have numerous engineers in America. You have numerous engineers. Even the new city that they are building, you have Nigerian engineers heading different divisions in that new city in Saudi Arabia, that Neom city. There's so many of them, heading it. So it's not as if we lack the problem-solving capacity. It's just that these people are trapped. Even there's a step before the political will. People are trapped in a place that's not a country. This is my point. People are trapped in a place that is not even a country. So the political will is even down the lane. The only picture I can see in my mind's eye is when you relate with the IMF. It's like the IMF is on the 5th floor and you're on the ground floor. So you cannot even relate with them. We are not equal partners in this. You're on the ground floor, they're on the 5th floor, and they're dictating to you what you need to do because you're coming up with the begging bowl. And you're asking, and you want to now start, putting plans to assemble buses to now, drive, gas-fired buses. Igbailaro.
All those make look like, we are trying to, by the end of this,
there's no strategy because it's not a country. It doesn't function like a country. So if it's not a country, it's not a country. So you cannot expect it to function as a country. Maybe I'll just mention this as the previous caller mentioned. There is need for education and to let people to be enlightened about what the problem is. And I believe this platform, hopefully, to keep on getting much more popular, and people can sit down and, like she mentioned, that you wake up in the morning, you listen to music, you can't even listen to what is happening. There's no critique, there's nothing. So you can go throughout the whole day without knowing that your country is shortchanging you. You can go a whole week, a whole month without knowing that your country has been shortchanged by your leaders via IMF. So, I think it's a mix of factors that will happen. That maybe as the country... Yes. Baba, me, I leave me allow callers coming, man. God bless you, sir. So enjoy.
You have a good one too, okay? Sadeola, ladies and gentlemen. I have another caller on the line. I now think that's Dami. Hello there.
Hello, sir.
Oh, hello, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Here we go.
Yeah, it's another wonderful day to call your studio.
Thank you.
I mean,
so how is Lagos today? Are you in Lagos now?
Yes, I'm in Lagos. Yes, Lagos is fine. I mean, for me, it's fine. I don't know. I don't know for any other person. But I mean, for me, it's fine.
At least. Go on,
Mr. Maiyegun, a lot has actually happened in the last 72 hours. And I won't lie to you, if you're in this part of the world, there's no way your optimism wouldn't be punctured at some point. But then it is well. I like saying it is well just to, shed a little pressure on my body and just let everything slide. But let me begin with something that caught my eye yesterday and something that made me even do a post on Twitter. I don't know if you see what Olodo actually,
his achievements,
put out there as his achievement in 100 days.
I put that on the screen last night, but I don't know if I still have it in my archive, and I'll look for it. Yeah, I saw some of those ridiculous things it listed as achievements in 100 days.
If a class captain roll those things out as his achievements, he should be beaten blue-black.
I swear.
I mean, beaten,
like you
real
have a
beaten.
But again, Baba, if he didn't do, he didn't do.
Exactly, that's the point.
You can't really make up.
You can't make things up if you have not done them. So you just have to put some things together and trade to the public,
like
knowing fully well that
the NSA as an achievement.
Exactly. I mean, you just have to put something together and put it out there, knowing fully well that the people you are pushing it out to are idiots.
They may not even read it. So what's the point?
See, Aduke said something now. She said the country needs education and all of that. Yeah, a good point. The country needs education. The people need to know some things. But trust me, I am starting to believe what Captain Blake said about Nigeria. He said our people have been conditioned, especially with what they eat. Having some kind of background in agriculture, because I did agri-economics, and somehow my way has been, from agri-economics to communications to digital technology and all of that.
You've been everywhere, Baba.
So
go on.
Yes, somehow. So having a background in agriculture, I know too well that there's some kind of crops, food you can eat to increase your IQ level.
That's right.
The same way I am aware that with radioactive substances and things like that, there are some things they can add to your food to lower your IQ, to make you like, robotic dummy, that some things that should matter wouldn't even matter to you. Intuitively, you'll just be there. Nothing would mean anything to you. I think that's the situation.
Nothing. It just exists.
Honestly, I think that's the situation Nigeria
is.
That
too. Food that can help stunt your mental growth. Food that can, create this sort of mood swing and all. But I don't say things true.
They are very, very true. I don't know if you know Captain.
You've read about all these things. So me, I just pick them up here and there, and I'm like, is that true?
Trust me, if you know the guy I'm calling Captain Blake, I think he's a former military man, and yes, he might be a military man, but I don't think he's all of these gun-carrying military people. Rather, he's into intelligence, national and international security and all of that. He said a lot about how minerals are actually being used to condition people to think like dummies. They won't be able to react to the things they are supposed to react to. They will be depressed, naturally. So, and this guy said a lot about Nigerians and the quality of food we eat, the quality of the things we import and put in our tummy, and he has said a lot about all of these things. I mean, he's someone that is always called up on Nigeria info, and I follow Nigeria info very well.
People have made so many assertions, including the type of ingredient in the baby food they bring to Africa or Nigeria.
Exactly.
The ingredients in some of the ingredients in some of the consumables that they send to Africa, they've banned them in this part of the world. Like they ban them from their own food, like years back.
Exactly.
When you see take some of the food they send to Africa or finished product like that and all that, right? You can still be like, oh my God, people are consuming this. People shouldn't be consuming this, you know. But I just didn't know that those things could actually really work and then make a whole population dumb enough. I just didn't know.
We're talking about biology here, so whatever you put inside you, I mean, just like the spiritualists they say.
I think that's what they do. Once they alter your DNA,
yes, correct.
You could just they produce dumbos. They may fine, they look great, but they will just be dumbs. Wow.
They will just be dumb. And let's talk about a little data in that regard as well. In terms of intelligence, in fact, say school intelligence and all of that, I want you to do a quick study. Do a quick study of let's not even go to WAEC and NECO. Let's just take JAM, for example. Do a quick study of how our students have been failing in those exams. Year on year, it gets worse. Then something should be responsible for it. Let's forget about people saying social media and all of that. As much as you can blame social media for some things, you can still praise it for some things. I mean, social media made information available to people. Now you could even read and pass from your home if you're serious. I mean, there was a time I was joking with my dad that you can't compare my generation with yours. All you did in your time is you wake up in the morning, carry your 504 key. Picture 504 key. You go out, you go to newspaper stand, pick up newspapers and read. And you come home listening to some of the dumbos on the newspapers stands, talking their rubbish, and you believe that is what is happening. But these days, we don't even need to go out. We just need to pick our phone right there, get all the information. And that is why it is like the social media is a threat to these people at this point.
They have like the kind of content you have access to, right? So they begin to preach fear, like, you better be careful. You better don't let all these people deceive you. No, you better don't go and join them and fight government. The mandate for your fight is now called fighting government. Or you better don't be an enemy of government.
Exactly.
So they come to spread that fear.
So,
because a lot of people have access to information that you shouldn't, according to them.
Exactly.
The internet is providing that.
Yes, that's not even the focus here. My point here is that as much as they are blaming social media for these people's failure, you can't totally blame social media for the failure, because the internet has also provided these people with more resources than we can ever think of in our days. So they should even be doing well. Enough more than us. But I'm telling you, but then if you look at what they are churning out, you now realize they are dumbos.
Something is wrong somewhere.
So, and Aduke also, the last caller, I guess, mentioned something about I think it's Aduke, about the media in Nigeria. Trust me, forget about them. Those guys are brand envelope media. They are just a bunch of fools with titles and nothing to show for the titles they have. Nobody is doing real journalism in Nigeria except the people that have escaped for their life. I can mention of David Ondain, fantastic guy. Some of them are in here still trying to do one or two things. Someone like Rufai, but then they are limited. They can be killed anytime. So with that, they are trying to also be conscious of the things they see. But 99.9% of those people in the mainstream media now are brown envelope guys. They just take every story as they come and they put it out there. So I don't know.
There's no probing. When we do listen to some of them,
nothing.
Right? And you will see all these criminal politicians come on their TV and they will be lying. And there's no counter. Some of you are in media house. You have your research team. Somebody is making nonsense statement on TV. You should provide rather accurate information to the presenter to present it to him and say, Boga, all this is you are saying, right? Facts here contradict what you are saying. And here are the facts. But no, they will just sit down and be like, are you sure? Hey, but people are complaining and say, no, let them complain. See, people don't understand. That's why you media should help us tell them about they sit there and lie to people. I get
Mr. Maiyegun, you know the funny thing. You know the funny thing.
Tell us.
If you as a caller now call into the radio station and you are churning out facts against that politician that is lying, the presenter will keep telling you to prove the facts you're telling them. He will tell you, can you substantiate what you're saying, just to make you look bad and make you look like you're lying. So the country is just in a total mess. And see, talking about educating the people, I'm scared. Because my existence here, it's my babe, my sisters, my siblings, everybody knows. I don't like talking to people anymore. The moment I hear the first two lines you say and I realize, oh, I just walk. I don't want to have conversations. I mean,
what's the
because
why would I
these
continue talking
guys,
to you when I've discovered that you said two things?
when I've discovered how foolish you are. Okay, someone was saying something about the recent fuel scarcity and all he could reason. The BSc that I was a little put off. He went to the school I graduated from, which is Obafemi Awolowo University, saying something like the fuel scarcity was as a result of people ordering fuel because Dangote refinery is going to work soon and they want to make as much money as they could now. I feel too bad.
An educated fellow.
Like, don't you know this is something based on supply and demand? The supply was short. Simple. And yours is to think on what could have caused the shortage of supply, which we all know that is because they could not pump the dollar into those marketers to go and, I mean, the marketers didn't have access to dollars again. And it was also reflective in the exchange rate. It coincided with the same time the exchange rate started, how do we say it?
Going up,
Changing and going up again. So do you need anybody to tell you this is what is happening? And you are saying they are hoarding because Dangote refinery is going to come up. I felt totally put off. Like,
you know
what's the point? Okay.
Darby, people believe that you see those who claim to be educated, they are more dangerous than those people that they always told us that they are the ones electing these rules. Okay, they say all these uneducated people are the ones who always bring these bad people on the rest of us. Some people have discovered that that's not totally true. Like if you see the level at which those who are supposed to know better, the way they promote these criminals,
exactly.
Those you call illiterate, they have no chance. They have no chance of probing.
They have no chance at all.
Are already pushing these criminals over on their faces. You're ramming them down their throats. It's the best. It's Kineko. He graduated from Harvard. He's philanthropist. What do you want the uneducated, the poor people to do?
I mean, if you listen to people like Dipo, listen to people like Reno Omo Kirikiri, you know, these are people that sometimes I wonder which people they even went to abroad.
And be honest, but they are so dishonest, right? That
so dishonest people.
That they found it as a career now. So how do you deal with such people? They are more dangerous, Prof. Damn.
I was telling. No problem. Thank you so much. You're doing a really good job.
Take it easy, bro. Thanks so much, everyone who is still with us. Remember, it's just gonna take a moment. If you haven't liked this, if you have liked this broadcast, please don't do it again, or else you're taking it back. Or if you haven't really liked this broadcast, please take a moment, go over there under the video, and just like it. Martinelli, remind them, do not tight you. And he's not asking for too much, just that like. Here is another caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
I've paid my own offering. I've liked it. About 1 hour ago.
So, how are you?
Just that you know, I'm fine. Well, you know, Tinubu and his cohorts, they've succeeded in making more people to become poorer now. So, and that is their mission. Nigeria have to be poorer. Don't forget, that is their mission. No? So at least nobody will be able to log into any internet anymore to see. They want to make people poorer. That
internet goodbye, Baba. A lot of
they
them,
would, yes, they won't be able to go to YouTube. Yes, they won't be able to do that anymore. So now, do you know that right from the top to the bottom, Nigerians, even the president of Nigeria, right? They are beggars. They are babialas. Do you know that? They are babialas. So of course,
imagine your delegation. I mean, sorry, the delegate of Nigerian delegate, right? At a World Forum,
yes.
And they were supposed to look like Nigerian, green, white, green, right? But
yes.
Unfortunately, everybody who is seeing them is like seeing the Alumajiri. Like it's like everywhere they turn to, they're like, okay.
Yes. So it's like they are begging, and what they don't know is that people, all these big other countries, and they will be talking about them. That this clown, they are back again. No, what do they now want now? What do they have to offer?
Imagine you enter the room. Kolu is walking in. Akuri Nigalaila is walking in. Okay, the rest of all other druggies, drug dealers, and money launderers in the entourage are walking in, and everybody started taking their phones. Chinese, all these people, they start keeping their phones. Keep your phone on, and make sure that your pocket is completely guided, because they know you drug. Imagine that, because that's the way I will see them. If I walk into a place and I see everybody coming with THIEFNUBU, I say, they are the contingent of drug dealers.
Yeah.
They think it's a joke. They think this is like us hating on them. But we have been honest on how the world sees you. There are 11 months. There is not a single investor, real investor, coming to Nigeria.
Yeah.
You still don't know how the world sees you. You think the world sees you like, oh, come on.
And then, have you noticed that when Nigerian politicians are speaking, if they started using big grammar, some grammars that will be hard for people to understand, or like instead of you using simple English for everybody to understand what you're all about, run for that kind of people, because they have nothing to offer. It's just book crap. They're just talking about like
it's called WhatsApp.
Consolidate this one to this one to the other. They have nothing. Yes, they have nothing. And that's why Tinubu found it so hard during his campaign, because he wanted to be using BB grammar, but it wasn't coming. Instead of him, be truthful to yourself. Talk clearly and let people understand exactly. But at least talk, let people understand. Explain yourself. But of course, he doesn't have anything to explain, because it's about cash and carry. It's about who has the most money to buy people, and then
it's called grab it, snatch it, and run with it.
And then,
but you have no idea what to do with it.
Yeah, do you think Nigeria is practicing real politics? No, that is not a democracy. That is just a show. They don't have they don't have
democracy.
Yes, that is not the democracy. That is the lowest of it all. There's no way. In fact, it's better for them to become king and chiefs, and like who has the most.
Their family members are living like prince and princesses anyway. Politicians.
Well, I just don't.
You know what? Yes, if now you call, say they don't use your money buy private jets. Leave him. He built the clinic in my area. He's the one who built the clinic in my area. After 61 years, they don't use your money buy private jet. Say leave him. If now you call, would you buy private? I say, God damn it. And that's one of the reasons why people believe that, Baba, this is not ordinary. This one is juju. But it's not juju. I want to believe what that is said. Ngota and Jenny, waiting with the chop, they make our brain no develop. There are many adults, right? There are many babies. an adult body. You see a man with beer, it is says a man. Allow him to. That's when you discover that now this one So how did you say, you know? See, we will see how all of us who probably want it differently go about it too, because except for Baba, we are done for. I know.
People, you know, we are God. We save Nigeria, but for now, the grip of Tinubu now he is dealing with everyone. So
he's consolidating his power.
We are.
Every day that he lands in that place, stronger he becomes.
Yeah.
People say they want to face him and all of that. I say, okay, good luck with that, right?
The only thing that can face people, you know, those, you know, people like this is when everybody come out.
Yes.
Not, you know, just stand on this road, just come out and do nothing again, and just
shut down
when everything just collapse on them. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to vandalize anything. Just stay there. The bus driver is not driving anymore. The farmer are not doing anything anymore. Just stay there and manage what you have at home, small.
You know.
And then just because it's the more you are doing.
Wait till we go to chop. Omo, we fed people for 22 days during NSAS. We provided health care. Emergencies, things you don't have in Nigeria. Both those who are in Nigeria, those who are abroad, we pool resources because I was part of it. I won't lie. A lot of you witnessed that here anyway, right? So we raised funds that protesters, they have a number 112 to call during emergency. If you see anybody being that is about to be attacked by the police or anybody, just raise alarm. Others will come there. It was really, really great. It was the most organized people's protest I've been kind of part of in my life. And how the whole thing just went down south was like all more. Well, yeah, people
they pay the
stay.
Yeah.
So if you go out there, don't think, oh, what are we going to eat? You will feed. You even feed better than what Nigeria is feeding you right now. Go out there, be
people
ready.
Don't understand that.
Shut it down.
There's a lot of people who will support it.
A lot of us will support it, of course. We've done it before.
You know, I personally, I will support it. I will support it if I see that all 36 states, everybody, they are out. These people, they will run. They will start running. Run. They will run.
Good luck.
Trust me. So now, you know, all these people, they lie. They don't have any truth in their mouth. All they do is lie. They will pay them to come to this so-called media house that they've already bought. They will lie. You can just see, what is this person talking about? Talking about something that is not, you know, even if you go home and think they themselves just,
you know, when you sit and lie to people like this and you're not blinking, you're like, oh, and you get family, Baba, you're doing this, right? You know, fear. Anyway, Murasi. See, Baba, I'll take another one.
Thank you for listening. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, I appreciate that. I have another caller on the line, and you need to hang in there for me, my caller. Okay, I meant what I said, though. I remember, at least this my own platform, right? At least plus or minus, I can say on this platform, through this platform, we also contributed thousands of pounds sterling towards the NSAS protest back then, where they have all of their fundraiser and everything out. And we ensure that, you know, it's just that Nigeria will always be Nigeria, scandal here and there and all of that. I don't give a damn about the money. We'll give you all we have, because most of us that cannot be physically be part of it. While we're also busy organizing the similar awareness all over the world. You remember NSAS did end in Nigeria? It was all over the world, because a lot of us are in the diaspora. We don't wish you bad. We don't wish you evil. We want you to kind of face your fear. The criminal politicians who are spreading fear, they are afraid of you, and therefore they will tell you that anybody asking you to stand up for your right is asking you to want to go and kill yourself. That's what they say. They say, oh, they are asking for anarchy in Nigeria. Nigeria is already in anarchy. You know it. It's because you haven't become the direct victims of the violence. Doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's happening. So the politicians are screaming that, oh, they want to burn Nigeria down. No. They scared you off. And it worked. But in the second time or the next time, it won't work for them. Okay? So don't worry yourself about they want us to go and protect. What are we going to eat? Ask those who participated during the NSAS at the time. All over Nigeria, not just in Lagos. They got the support they needed until the guns came blazing, and we realized a lot of you probably just wanted the food and the fun, not the fight. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm very well. Longest time.
No, it's been a while. How are you?
I'm good. Sure, you recognize who is calling?
I do. I'm just trying to kind of because the number I saw was like, oh, are you always almost everywhere in the world? So I'm looking at the number. I'm like, is that going to be? No. Okay. But I do know who you are now anyway. So,
okay. Okay. I use about both back home number and my base number. Yeah.
I mean,
so when I want to call in like this,
sometimes I'll see you somewhere there, and I'll see you back in like, where exactly? So you got me confused a lot of the time, or you've not been able to kind of change your voice. So yeah.
No, my voice is there. Don't worry about that. My voice is there. Somewhere in Europe, like you rightly say, this is Chi. Just to put it down out there.
Anyway, those who are probably
I've been watching
to figure
you.
It out, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chi.
So oh, Maiyegun, thank you so much. Seriously. Thank you, Maiyegun. I can't appreciate you enough, and I'm very sure millions and thousands of your fans out there, our brothers and sisters out there, appreciate you, and they can't say how much they appreciate you enough.
Thank you so much.
But in all, may the Most High God bless you beyond your imagination.
Amen. Thank you.
Okay. Keep up with the good job.
I will.
I've been watching you from the back. I'm not really active these days, and that is because I am not tired, but then it has to do with all that is happening in the globe. There's so much happening. It's not just Nigeria. Okay. And when it comes to the part of my country, I have drawn the line that it has to do with a script. Each and every country are playing script that is being given to them. And we, the massive, we're just like ants. I see all that is happening, like where people who, the chess players will understand what I'm trying to say right now, where the queen and king and whatever it is, they play their chess, and we are the receiving side. Is either they consume us, which definitely they will consume us, and that game is ongoing at the moment. It's not about revelation. It will not do anybody. It's not going to play out. It's not going to play out for anybody, because they've gone so far. They have gotten each and every one of us where they want us to be. Is unfortunately in the sense that we started smelling some of these things at the very late time. If anybody thinks anything is going to be done to remit what is going on, sorry, I'm not a bad news carrier, or I'm not somebody who doesn't have faith. It's not about faith anymore. It's about reality. Let's begin to tell ourselves the truth. The better we get to know the truth and understand that this is already a script that is playing out before us, then we can be able to buckle up and get ready for what is ahead of us. If we haven't seen, there's this movie that came out late last year or early this year, Leave the World Behind. A lot of people should go back and watch it. And don't watch it in the name of entertainment. It is not an entertainment, it's an information.
Right.
It's not just America. A lot is happening in America. A lot is happening in UK. A lot is happening in Australia. So Nigeria is peculiar to just we, the Nigerians, because it's the one we have, it is the one we know. But some of us who are opportune to be outside, if we want to be very, very honest to ourselves, please, let's say it the way it is. It is not easy anywhere. Every country or continent is going through one thing or the other.
No doubt.
But how prepared are we? How ready are we? Another lockdown is coming up. We have a lot of distraction left, right, and center. Is a script playing out? Like one of the caller also mentioned, the food we eat, what we consume, like the spice we use. I've learned not to use the regular Maggi. Get some of these condiments, mix them yourself and use them to cook. You're good to go. They are spraying the ones they are spraying up there that falls on top of us. There's so many things that are happening. Maiyegun, you are doing very well, bringing a lot of these things to light.
I know.
But we as individuals, we need to educate ourselves, do our research, and not just sit down and be playing games with the politicians out there. Because some of the politicians don't even know what they are doing. I believe they don't know what they are doing. They are only playing the card that is being given to them, cheapishly, because then too they go collect their own when the time comes.
Thank you so much.
Maiyegun, thank you again.
Just keep
and keep up with the good job.
Touch. Don't always leave us hanging that long, okay? And it's such a pleasure to hear your voice again, by the way.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Have a good one. So that's a Chichi, ladies and gents. And if you are new on this platform, you probably don't know, you probably won't know about Chichi. Or she is one of the, you can even call her a veteran, okay? One of those ladies that make calling Maiyegun's diary Politico by women more interesting from that early stage. I used to kind of count days, weeks, and we never speak to a woman or a lady. And I was always like, but where are they? Then they started showing up, and I love it. You know why? Whenever women are interested, anything that the women are interested in, you can expect some level of not just acceptability, but I'm talking about a possibility of success from that thing, right? And I appreciate that too. Like, once women begin to critically say, I'm interested in this subject and we need to do it right, it's so wrong. It's such a strength and power that, Baba, it works magic than that of a man. It's just because most women don't really want to be, I'm happy that we are getting a lot of them interested now, having a conversation, expressing their opinion, expressing their views in public convo like this. And that's my own hope that something good is going to happen out of this at the end of the day. So thanks to all our ladies in the house. We still kind of sending our greetings to the Lady Beatrice. We haven't heard from you for a very long time. The last time we spoke to you on this platform was when you were recovering from that cold. And that's been a while. If you're watching this, just know that we do care and we miss you. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Sorry for keeping you waiting, by the way. All right?
No, it's okay. I was enjoying what you're saying. This is Ferdinand calling from Newcastle.
Oh, bro. Freddy, thank you so much. You probably have been so loaded with all the gist all night, though. Please.
Yeah, I've been listening to you. Starting from I just wanted to make few observations because for some time now I've been really busy at work. I've not really been able to cut my contributions.
Don't we all? I mean, that's why some people feels like their only time of probably just sitting, relaxing, and all that, most of the time is when they watch Maiyegun. Because there's so much everybody is
for me,
doing.
yeah,
You know?
for me, I never miss any episode. Because even while I'm working, what I just do is to put my AirPod, cover it with my hood, and then put my phone somewhere, hide it from where they can see it, and then I'll start after liking the video and then start play. But the only thing there is that I can't make calls to contribute. But I'll just put on a quick one because I made some notes. I would like to thank you very much for what you're doing. You see, you're doing a very great job. The information you're passing is very, very sensitive and important. In fact, when the federal government of Nigeria say they are making laws to curb the effect of fake news on social media, it is because of people like you, who keep hitting them hard with the truth. So they're making laws to cut you guys off because what you're doing is exactly what Nnamdi Kanu was doing. He was actually shedding a lot of light and information on people. Yes, exactly. And this is just similar to what our sister Aduke said the other time. She made emphasis on education, propaganda, and how we can use information as a way of liberating people. Now you see, social media has been a very big threat to the political class in Nigeria and Africa as a whole because the media, they own the media, so they give them the script of what the information they want the Nigerians to hear. So whatever news you hear from the media has already been filtered by the Minister of Information, the NBC, and all the rest of them, because no media station wants to be fined. So the information they feed Nigerians there are so diluted, that Nigerians tend to be controlled with those information.
Imagine your own government sharing fake news and releasing those news as official, and they never come back to say, "Okay, we are sorry, it's a fake news." They just
they never do that because they are not they've not actually seen themselves as serving the people. You get it? They just say they're coming to serve the people, but meanwhile they are coming to get served. So imagine no Channels TV won't want to be fined 5 million. AIT, Arise, all the rest of them, nobody wants to be fined. So even when you come out, even when they are interviewing you and you're saying something that might hurt them, they will tell you, "Are you sure of this? Have you verified that? Please, we can't say that on this platform." So platforms like yours is so sensitive, and you're really hitting them, you're really hitting them hard, the way they don't really expect it. And that's why
it's so raw and it's totally uncensored. Sure, you get.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's a threat, you're right. It's a threat to people say whatever they
so
wanted.
raw. Yeah, exactly. And this goes to our audience, please. That's why we emphasize on likes, because the more we like the more we like these videos, the more YouTube circulates them, and it gets down to the mainstream, to everybody. Because most Nigerian youths are not even looking into political news, except for now that everything is hitting everybody hard. They are now looking for a way out. Otherwise, Nigerian youths have been carried away by entertainment news, celebrities, and all the rest of them. They forget what is happening in the country. And somebody asking, how do we start? We've already started. Kind of like sharing information the way you're doing. It's called sharing ideology. You're building soldiers in mind. You're making people to have something to think of and go to bed and wake up in the morning with a thought. This guy keeps saying this thing over and over. Subconsciously, you're passing a kind of information and a spiritual awakeness to them that they can't even run away from, because day and night your voice will always be there to remind them, look at what is happening in the society, and this is very, very dangerous for the political class, because they want these people to be kind of like caged so that they can continue to kind of like manipulate them. You get it? They can kind of like, exactly. So these Abadorians, they know what they are doing. Remember the last time you played the video of one of them who was angry that the Ministry of Works called their village a shanty, and he said, and he said, he said something. I wrote it down. He said, this is not about politics or P2B or landmark, but it's about the people. And according to him, the people matter a lot. Now, these people know the truth. They blindly support Tinubu, but board governance is like a stray bullet. It hits everybody, and everybody collects, irrespective of where you are or where you come from. Now, they've come out of their self.
There is a particular one I remember too, but I'll let you finish so that you don't forget what you want to say. Go on.
Okay, so okay. So he came out to condemn it because it has affected him. And for once, he can actually exonerate P2B and say, oh, this is not about P2B or landmark or about playing politics. It's about the people, because now this one actually hits him. You get. But if he did not hit him, you will see him sitting on, sitting in front of the television to support Tinubu and APC.
Yes.
You get it. So they exactly know what they are doing. And this issue of bank deductions, these new tax levies and everything that is about to be imposed, is on everybody. Whether you're Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, anywhere you are, so long as you have a bank account and you make a transfer or a transaction, this thing is going to affect you. So I just wish people understand when we say, let us divide this thing or go our separate ways, so that we'll be responsible for our own future and our own fate.
That's right.
People just tend to misunderstand it or misinterpret it and take it so personal. It is not personal. If Nigeria splits up and I find myself in Biafra tomorrow, if I want to come to Dudu, I'm sure Dudu was my kind of give us a visa with our, and
So get the waiver, whatever it is that is being offered to everybody at the time. And say, okay,
exactly.
Just pay so amount of money and get waiver for so time.
Exactly.
It will be the rule of, as vice versa. If I want to go to Biafra land, I'll go to your embassy in Yoruba land and then go get your visa or get your waiver, whatever it is we're going to
that's what we are talking about. Like, look, going separate ways is not war. I don't know why it's been, but it's been difficult because Nigeria was not even created as people to have an independent or a common sense of reasoning. We were just
even if you look at
together as
Nigeria
a business
now,
structure.
right? It can no longer protect all of us anymore.
Yeah,
it cannot even care for us anymore. Developmentally, there is no chance that they will develop us anymore. Protecting us, Nigeria can't protect us anymore. So what exactly are you holding on to say, let's keep this contraction? Like what else does anybody, what are they holding on to?
Nothing. Nnamdi Kanu said something. Our neighboring country here, Netherlands, they produce pig milk.
Yeah.
They have cows, but they have this ranching system. They produce milk for almost 1/3 of the world. And you can't go to Netherlands and you see somebody grazing cow in the public. I'm not sure you can see that. And this archaic agricultural practices is what a particular tribe is using to kind of migrate, everywhere around the country and, and kind of invade people's homes and farms, killing because of animal. It doesn't really make sense, but it's just like a front. We all know that there's a hidden agenda behind that. So they keep relying on Section D, freedom of movement. Every Nigerian Every Nigerian is not entitled to move into people's farm and take it or grab it by force. That's not what that particular section. So if we just go our separate ways, that's why the federal government is making a mistake keeping Nnamdi Kanu, because he was just talking about Biafra and to separate. You see, even if they kill Nnamdi Kanu today, Biafra will still come up because it is an ideology. It is an ideology that has been planted into the minds of people, and it's difficult to get rid of.
It is.
That's one thing they don't really understand, that once you've planted these things subconsciously, that people tend to grow with it. You get it? Yoruba nation is an ideology. It's inside people's mind.
They fail in Nigeria, right? All those ideology are not going anywhere. Can't people understand?
Exactly. So this government trying to still cover things up and try to arrest people will not really do anything. The best thing is to call a round table. Let us go our separate ways. But whether they like it or not, sooner or later, the thing there is that Nigeria will still go out. It's going to explode. Look at the Naira. The Naira has gone back to where it was before. I think a pound now is over 1,800 Naira for a pound.
That's right.
And this was the currency.
The dollar is now over 1,500 as we speak, close to 1,600. A pound sterling is almost 1,900. Canadian dollar is over 1,500 as we speak.
Okay, my take is that they are running out of the dollars they were using to subsidize it in the market,
will get some supplies again. Maybe.
Okay. Let's still look at what happens. So people, let us just do our best to keep circulating the message. It looks as if nothing is happening, but I tell you this, Maiyegun, it is really hitting a lot of people in their heart, and people are beginning to think about it. So the best tool we can actually use is the information we are disseminating from this media. Thank you very much.
God bless you, Ferdinand. Okay, and take it easy, man. All right, enjoy your weekend as well. Right. So that's the Ferdinand there from Newcastle upon Tyne. That's not where he is. I don't know. Like, he's from Newcastle. So I want to say a big thank you. And talking about the IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that reminds me. See, I'm coming to London. I'm coming to London at the end of this month. All right. And I'm coming to London to attend the Biafra Heroes Day, remembering all of the, what do you call it? The Biafran, those who died during the genocide of Nigeria against the Igbo. And listen, this is their program in London. So if you are going to be in London around that time, please come around. I'll be there. I promise. So I'm going to be there. And according to them, right, it's going to take place on the 30th of May. Okay? 30th of May and in all these places. But if you are in London, it is advised that you should join us, right there too. I think it's going to be in central London, going to the going to the number 10 Downing Street and all of that. I've attended before, but I think I attended that one in Edinburgh, just next to my place here. So stop worrying about me. Come on. Have you ever been in the midst of the Biafrans before? Like, oh no, you have no idea. It's one of those beautiful gatherings, right? That, honestly speaking, right, you could see the comradeship. You could see the patriotism in them. I don't know how to describe it. You need to be there. And if you have a chance of being around on the 30th of May, I am going to be there. And it's going to be in London. I'm not joking. I'm going to be there. Anyway, thank you, everyone, for your time. And then, on this program tonight, we've taken our last call. So I'm not going to ruin it. It's been a wonderful evening or wonderful night. So I won't ruin it by wasting another minute. Or you know something, by the time as you are leaving this broadcast tonight, like the broadcasting. Come on. My dear brother, Kalu Okpara, I got your message. So that then means that our brother in UAE and his family planning to relocate back to Nigeria. Listen, guys, we need to pull ourselves together and do something substantial for this family, okay? Pulapenga, you now have 200 pounds in my bank. And this is the money from 2 individuals on this platform. My sister, Olayinka. Is it Olayinka or Adeyinka? I keep mixed, but Yinka, sister Yinka, you know yourself, okay? So I got your 150 pounds. Carlo Opara got your 50 pounds. That's 200 pounds. For you, my dear brother, okay? So we'll keep pulling all of that together, okay? And see, maybe I'm going to get somebody send me a message and say, oh, I'm going to buy 2 tickets for them. That would be great. Or everybody will still want to give their penny, give their pound, or give their pence, or give their dollar. You should please use that PayPal. And then you can attach a message that says, for our brother and his family in UAE. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Naira number one. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary Naira number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary Naira number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary Naira number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Naira number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran.